What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. Before we get into the video, I want to give a big shout out to Area 41 Bob from my Discord for making me the very cool wallpaper that you see behind me. What we're doing today, guys, is we're going to go through the Testlive stuff, and I am not going to read you the patch notes. I will link those in the description. You can go and read those for yourself. I don't want to waste your time going through that. I'm just going to jump into really my highlights for what's going on in Testlive and show you the things that I've found so far. Alright guys, so let's jump into some of the new updates with the Testlive, and I'm gonna preface this by saying this is all on Testlive, this is all subject to change, but let me show you the core mechanics of what they have going on. So we have this new followers tab, and as you can see, all of the thralls that I have placed in the world are in this followers tab. So one of the options is to come over here and mark the follower on the map. So if we just select, say, a handful of them here, they're all real close by me, but if we go to our map, we can then see where all of our followers are that we have selected. Okay, so that right there, that feature is absolutely amazing. So being able to mark and find where you left your Stygian Dancer 3 or whatever's in your list is a really, really good feature. Okay, so I really like that addition. I think that if there was nothing else to come out with this patch, just adding that is absolutely amazing. The other options that we have is for anything that's in the area right now. So basically, if it's highlighted in white and it's got this little yellow light, we can look at the stats. We can rescue. We could break bonds. Breaking bonds obviously will drop a bag just like it does if you do it right up where they're at. And then rescuing is something where it's actually going to pull them to follow you. And when you do that, they lose whatever's in their inventory. Now, there is one thing going on with that with horses right now. So if you look, you can see what's in this horse's inventory, right? So if I come over here, or it doesn't really matter where I'm at as long as I'm within render distance. But let's say that for whatever reason I have to rescue that horse, it's in the mesh or whatever. If I click the rescue button, it's going to tell you are going to lose, are you sure you want to rescue horse? Rescued followers lose their items and equipment. If I click yes, it's automatically following me. It's right here, and you can see it dropped a loot bag of the things that was in its inventory. Take that. But with the horses, at least they're keeping their saddles. So I'm sure that that's going to end up patched by the time this comes to live. I think they'll also drop their saddles, and obviously I don't know what the heck I'm doing because I keep getting on it instead of putting these things back in the inventory. There we go. So just keep that in mind, that when you rescue a follower, you are going to lose whatever's in its inventory. You're going to lose whatever armor it's wearing. Just horses right now don't lose their saddles. Now, if I was to say, oh, I rescued the wrong thing, I want to rescue another one. So this Sumerian Berserker, which is the one that's standing right next to me, if I click the rescue button right now, it tells me there's a 1 hour cooldown timer. 58 minutes, 57 seconds on my screen, but it's 1 hour in total. So you can only rescue one thrall every hour. Now, the breaking bonds, you can do as much as you want. You can break bonds with everything as much as you want. So also right now, so the grayed out ones that I can't interact with, so if I click on it, it doesn't give me a menu. If I click on this one, it does. These are outside of render distance, and I don't think that's intentional. I think that's something that is bugged right now. I think you should be able to interact with all of them across the entire map. And the reason being is because maybe, one, you have to be in your land claim in order to rescue anything, right? So I'm in my land claim, but if, say, I have a follower that is way up here, not in my land claim, I either have to go there and place a foundation right now to get it to give me those options, or I just have to leave it, right? So like if somebody else has a big base built here and I can't place a foundation, I have a thrall right there, I'm not going to be able to rescue that thrall. So I think that needs to be changed to where you can rescue them from anywhere on the map, not just within render distance. But again, this is Testlive, so my expectation would be that that's fixed before it rolls out to the live version of the game. All right, guys, so let me show you what I am most excited about, right? So here we have Sumerian Berserker with the Sword of Crom, okay? And you can see all these other weapons here. Now, if you were in my live stream, you already know what I'm about to show you. But for those of you that aren't or weren't in my live stream, I'm going to just switch weapons like crazy, trying to break her. So if you're familiar with the game now and how the build works, basically, if you swap from a two-handed weapon, say the Sword of Crom, to a truncheon to start knocking things out, there's a good possibility that your thrall is going to bug out, lose their mind, want pizza, and not be able to do anything anymore. So I'm going to uncloak here. I am in God mode, so I'm not going to take any damage, but I just want to show you. So obviously she's swinging that sucker. We're going to swap it for that, okay? So now she's got a truncheon on her. We swapped it right in the middle of her combo there. And we're going to continue to do that, guys, because I am going to try my hardest to get her not to use whatever weapon I'm giving her. So there she is. She is using the truncheon. We're going to go ahead and swap to the Axe of the Lion, and I'll show you. She starts using that right away. And then if I can get her selected again, we're going to swap it to a set of daggers. Oh, let's try that again. You take these daggers. Take those daggers. There we go. All right, so right into using daggers. Again, going from a one-handed weapon to a two-handed weapon and really using it flawlessly. Like almost no time did she stop attacking. Now, let's see if we can do this one more again. When she decides to get in there, she does still do that with daggers. All the thralls still do the backflip and whatnot. Come on, lady, you know you want to. There you go. She was a little camera shy there, guys, but let's go ahead and give her a two-handed hammer there and see how she does. And now she's stuck up on the rock. That's fabulous. We'll get her down off the rock here real quick, and then there we go. Now she's down. We want to kill this guy right here. Go ahead, kill him. So you can see no issues, just switching right into two-handed hammer. And let's say we decided that we want to knock the next person out. So we've swapped yet again. This is the guy. Let's knock him out. Let's pummel him. Hit him with that baseball bat. Boom. Right into it, guys. Again, like I said, swapping flawlessly. So as far as I could tell, and I spent a good amount of time in the live stream yesterday testing like every single weapon that I could possibly think of and that most of the live stream suggested. I just swapped weapons like crazy, and I could not get her to stop using whatever melee weapon I gave her. Now, with the fighters, arrows and bows were a little bit different. So let's see if we get her to use a bow real quick. And I have no idea how this is actually going to play out. She could... Oh, she's actually using the bow properly. So maybe we just had an issue yesterday where she wasn't using it well. But she appears to be... Oh, there we go. We've got a little bit of extra time here where she doesn't want to shoot. So that's one of the issues that's going on with bows right now, is that at some point they maybe just stop using arrows, and that's going to be an issue for you. So definitely want to see some fixes with bows from this patch, but we'll go ahead and swap her to another weapon. And right into fighting again, just flawlessly from weapon to weapon. The bows are the only thing, like I said, that I've seen an issue with, and I've seen that both with fighters and with archers. All right, guys, so I thought real quick we would just, I'd show you how the break bonds works. Threw a whole bunch of weapons in there because we are done using them at this point. But if I go into my menu and go to followers and I find my Sabretooth, there he is. I can look at his stats, look at the information from him, decide, you know what, I really don't like the way that this one is leveling up. And I can come here and just hit the break bonds button. Are you sure you want to delete the Sabretooth? Yes. You can see he drops the bag right where he was. So the function works exactly the same as if you were standing right there where your thrall is and decided to hit the break bonds. And let's just run over here real quick and we will break bonds with this lady. Let's see what all she has. Okay, so she's got Paul Nerds and the regular course stuff. So if I select her, and I hit break bond, and yes, same thing happens there. So that function hasn't changed at all, and it works flawlessly the way that I believe it's intended. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace. I'd like to give a big shout out to all my YouTube members. Y'all are absolute legends. Thank you to all my subscribers for your continued support, likes, comments, and general awesomeness. If you're not subscribed, you can start your free trial today and cancel at any time. Clicking the bell is highly recommended so you don't miss out on my next upload. There's a couple of videos on the screen. You can follow me over there to continue the conversation.